Y'all, today I am making one of my favorite dishes that's kind of a one-pot deal, and it's beef stroganoff. And in the magazine, in Cooking with Paula Deen magazine, we ran the recipe as like a casserole. So this is perfect, isn't it, Teresa? If you got company coming, get that puppy done. I've got a little bit over 2 pounds of ground beef, and you can see it's got some fat and some water. So I'm gonna drain this because we don't want it too greasy. And while it's draining, I'm gonna add, oh gosh, about a cup of onions and like a tablespoon of garlic. I love this dish. And that looks like a 12-ounce carton of mushrooms, right, Teresa?
Yes, ma'am.
I thought that's what it looked like. Okay. So, there we go. Now we're going to cook the onions and the mushrooms along with the ground beef. And the ground beef is still just a tad pink in places, which is good. So it's definitely not overcooked. All right, so while this is cooking away, I'm gonna come down here. Oh, actually, I'm gonna turn that up. I'm gonna come down here and go ahead and make our ranch dressing. And it's 1 cup of mayonnaise. Ranch dressing is really easy to make. And I'm constantly running out of it, so you can throw this together in just a second. And I'm using fresh herbs. I've got dill, I've got parsley, and I've got chives. And I've got buttermilk, and I've got lemon juice, like a tablespoon of lemon juice. So I'm going to get these mixed together real quick like. Because the longer this one sits, y'all, the better it is. See how simple that is? 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. And like I said, I have a tablespoon of each of those herbs. Now, if you don't have any fresh and you want to use dry, just remember to back off on them because they're much stronger. The dried ones are much, much stronger than the fresh ones. It sounds like it should be opposite, but it's not. That dill is what really brings that ranch dressing to life, you know?
It smells so good.
Doesn't it smell delicious? All right, so you want to put this in the refrigerator. Just let those flavors marry. All right, the next step to this beef stroganoff is flour. And we're going to sprinkle that on there, and that will help thicken it. So we'll want to cook that for about 10 minutes. Make sure the flour taste is gone. This is going to be delicious. My whole family loves this dish. Lots of times on Sunday, I'll have all the kids over. And once in a while, they'll actually request this. And I love those Sundays when they want this because it really is easy and delicious to feed a crowd with. All right. Now we're going to put, I think it's like 2 cups of, yes, 2 cups of chicken broth. And that broth will tighten up with us using that flour. And plus give it wonderful, wonderful flavor. So we're just going to let that cook and stir it just occasionally. And so over here, I've got easy for me to say, mozzarella cheese. We got our sour cream, salt, and pepper, and we've got our egg noodles. So we're going to be mixing all this together, and we're going to top it with panko. And I like to go ahead and melt my butter when I'm putting a topper on my casseroles, because it's so hard to dollop pieces of butter and get it even. So this just makes it so much easier. And it all gets buttered equally. We don't want to cheat any of those crumbs out of their butter. Whoops. So there they are, nice and buttered. And they'll be ready for us when we get everything in our casserole dish. And this makes a good bit, y'all, so be prepared to find you a big dish to put it in. I'm gonna turn that up just a wee little bit. And you know what, I can't, with like Jack and Maddie and Jamie and Brooke, I can't get enough mushrooms in there to suit them. They love the mushrooms that are in it. Okay, so we got about 10 minutes on this, y'all, to let it cook and thicken. Let that chicken broth flavor go all through that ground beef. And onions and mushrooms. I got my egg noodles here. And now I am gonna add my mozzarella cheese. That's 2 cups. But y'all know you can go into this link, and because sometimes I'm not good about giving the proper amounts. But you can go to this link and it will give you your exact measurements. But I could see that that was 2 cups of mozzarella. And sometimes pasta can not want to separate, so I want to make sure that that cheese gets all through it. And now I'm going to add my sour cream, and that is what makes it so creamy and rich and delicious. So what'd you say you were making, Teresa?
We're going to be making a little shrimp crostini in another recipe.
Ooh, I love crostinis.
So that's what I'm making, is the crostini part.
All right, now for the salt and the pepper. You know, sour cream screams for salt to me. That is my opinion. That and I love sour cream, but I sure do love it with a little salt on it. All right. Whoa, did you see what I almost did, Eddie? With my thumb, I almost slung this off the stove.
That would not be good.
I would have cried.
Me and you.
So, we'd have all cried and run. All right. I mean, it's barely gonna fit in this pot, y'all. All right, now I'm putting this in a 13 by 9 by 2 pan, and I am gonna spray it a little bit. Teresa, what size was that noodle container?
It was a 16 ounce.
16 ounce package, okay.
And just scooped off.
So, you know, if you don't need this much, if it's too much for you to cook off at one time.
You could half that easily.
Oh, easily half it. But it's so good left over, y'all. So good left over. Oh my goodness, do you know what I forgot? Do you know what I forgot? I forgot to add the ranch dressing to it.
Oh, goodness.
I know it. I put it in the refrigerator so it could. So now I'm going to have to. Do y'all ever do things like that? All right. I'm so glad I remembered that, because I thought this needs to be a little bit looser. First your mind, then your clothes and your money. I can't believe I remembered, Teresa. You want to just wrench this out, please, so it'll be not so gummed up. All right, here we go. See this nice bucket? It's wonderful. What material is this made out of, Eddie?
Maybe aluminum? Maybe.
That's what I think. I know it's not stainless steel. All right, so in goes the ranch dressing. Creamy, creamy, creamy. Now that looks a whole lot better. Whole lot. Now it's the right.
I'm sure people out there were watching going, when is she going to add this?
Did she make that ranch dressing to pour on top of it when she took it out of the oven? That'd be good too. But yeah, now that creaminess is right.
You need to spray this.
Yeah, I'll spread it. I do need to spray it.
No, I said, do you?
Oh, I sprayed it the first time.
I thought you sprayed everything.
I pretty much, if there's a chance fit to, bake in on the, whatever the container is, so we don't have to scrub too hard. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. Yeah, I thought, how come this isn't juicier? This is gonna be to the tippity top. But so good. So now everything is done in this. So it's not gonna take a whole long time in the oven. All you got to do is bake it off until it's nice and bubbly and hot. All right, remember that panko that we buttered a little bit earlier? Well, now it's going on top. And this makes the best crust. We use crackers, buttered crackers on top of a lot of our recipes. But I tell you what, this panko, it's on the money as a topper for any kind of casserole you're cooking. I love it. Okay. It's ready to go in the oven. Look at that beef stroganoff, y'all. I just took that out of the oven, and it's so much easier than cooking it on top of the stove and having to watch it to make sure it doesn't get too hot or anything. So a little vegetable. Mom always told us to eat our veggies. So here we go, along with our noodles. That looks so good. You brown you up some French bread and a salad, and you got a wonderful meal with very easy efforts. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Let me see. Could you spare a fork?
Sure.
Thank you.
You don't want to use your fingers?
Whatever you want me to do, Sally.
Can you do a song and dance for us?
Oh, sure. Just give me your request.
I'm scared.
Dance, little monkey, dance. How many times have I said that with these producers over the years? Why don't you just go ahead and say, dance, little monkey? So I start dancing. Ooh, this is piping hot. Can you see the steam, Eddie? Mm-hmm. And see that mozzarella cheese? Look at that. You see that stringer? Thank goodness it was cheese and not a hair, because it was getting pretty long, wasn't it?
It's like good mozzarella cheese you have.
Yes, I bought the finest the other day at the grocery store. I can't remember what I was making, but I said I want the very best.
Lasagna for Ollie.
Mm-hmm. You're exactly right. Mm. This is really good. I love it with the Japanese breadcrumbs, that little bit of crunch. Mmm. Delicious. Only thing it needs is a little more salt. And that's it. And I thought we put a good bit of salt in it, Teresa.
I did too.
So just a little. Mm-hmm. I did. So that's it. Easy and delicious beef stroganoff. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.